doing in Cannes and a little bit about the Occupy Cannes movement that's been going on the last few days.
Well, we brought over about 10 of our Troma people from New York to Occupy Cannes. We are going to make a documentary. We are making a documentary which follows up All the Love You Can, the documentary we made about 10 years ago. All the Love You Can showed Cannes from sort of the perspective of the independent filmmaker with Troma as the centerpiece. 10 years later, we are making Occupy Cannes, and we are using Return to Nukem High, the new Troma movie, as sort of a centerpiece. And we are kind of trying to encourage independent art here at Cannes, because maybe Cannes has become a little too much under the domination of the big mega conglomerates. With technology, with the miracles of technology, everybody can make a movie. You don't need money. You need a little money, but you really don't need the money. It's not like 10 years ago. The technology has advanced to the point where everybody can make a movie. But the distribution has not. The distribution is still ancient. It's antiquated. It's dominated by Rupert Murdoch and 5 or 6 companies in the United States. In Sweden, I think there's one company. In France, you've got UGC, Gaumont. It's very the way to the public. The way to get to the public is not kept up. That is not kept up with the technology. We want to bring that to the people. We want to bring our art to the people. We don't want to hide behind giant billboards and the Antibes, the Cap d'Antibes, where people are hiding up there who are the celebrities, or behind the closed windows of the limousines. We're here in the streets. We're showing our movie. We had 2 screenings in the arcade cinema, but there was too many fans who didn't get in. So we have this wonderful, under the beautiful rainy skies screening, and we've got a nice turnout, but unfortunately the weather is bad. But we are in the streets trying to call attention to independent art. And what's very interesting is that Occupy Cannes is a documentary which was crowdfunded, meaning that our fans, about 400 of our fans, donated about almost $40,000. Troma had to pay some more, but basically the fans paid for this documentary. So, and they get nothing from it other than a documentary. So we believe this is an important documentary to make. Our fans believe it so much they've donated money without any share of it. They're not going to, there won't be a profit, but if there were a profit, they don't have any participation. It's purely that they want Occupy Cannes to be made. The fans want Occupy Cannes, and that's why we're here. Well, the question is that will independent filmmakers be able to support themselves and have a roof and food to eat through their art, or will Rupert Murdoch and the same kind of people all over the world, will the elites continue to eat everybody's lunch? I don't know, but I think I think the internet is a great opportunity, and maybe it will be the golden chalice. Maybe it is possible that the internet will be the Holy Grail, but there are dark forces, at least in Washington, D.C., that are trying to change the internet to make it better, which means better for Rupert Murdoch. We believe the internet should be open and free and democratic and diverse, so that if there is a golden goose, if the internet is the golden goose, all of us independent artists can take at least a wing or a morsel or a liver or something, even if we don't get the thigh and the breast. Return to Nukem High had its world premiere here. The stars of the movie are here. All of the major players and writers, and of course I directed the movie. We are here. We're in the streets. We talk to our public. We love our fans. We are not hiding up in Antibes. We are not snobs in limousines with our windows closed. We don't kick out Lloyd Kaufman, who's made movies for 40 years, who gets kicked out of the Palais because he's wearing a tuxedo of a different color. The same tuxedo I've worn for many, many years in the Palais, in the Salle Lumière. We don't do that. Ethan Cohen is a Troma fan. I got kicked out of his movie because I didn't wear a black tuxedo. I had a dark red tuxedo, a paisley tuxedo, which I've been wearing in the Salle Lumiere for many years. The Cannes Film Festival may become too fascist. Everyone should be the same. That's kind of a symbol that we must all be like sheep. We must all be the same. It's fascist. We had a lesbian wedding here for Occupy Cannes. Cannes Film Festival police, I believe. Cannes Film Festival police, not the city police, but the film festival police closed down our lesbian wedding, even though France has passed a law, mariage pour tous, marriage for everybody. Even though they passed that law, they canceled our wedding in the streets here, our lesbian wedding, and we put it in the Troma office inside the Marché du Film, inside the Palais. We rescheduled it the next day. It was much smaller, and still a lot of press came. But why would the Cannes police, what is the Cannes Film Festival has its own laws, its own police force, like the Vatican, like the Pope, they have their own private police force? Fascist, I'm sorry. So we are not against the mainstream. We would like to work with the mainstream, but we feel that there is so much young talent and so many wonderful young people who have been liberated, at least democratically, technically, filmmakerly liberated, so they can make their own damn movies without any money, but nobody knows about them. Nobody cares about them because there's no way to find out about them. And a festival is supposed to be a showcase for new, brilliant, usually young talent. In my case, I would like to be a showcase for old talent. But I've been lucky. It's just all these wonderful young people who are making films underground, some of whom are like Trey Parker and Matt Stone, James Gunn, Eli Roth, Peter Jackson. They all started in the underground. Ethan Cohen, they all were Troma fans. And some of them, because they started years ago, when there was some competition and when it still wasn't a level playing field, but it was possible to get some media attention. Now it's almost impossible, and the festival, this particular festival, needs to support in a greater way, in a better effort. They must support the independent spirit and not they must not kick out of their film festival a man who has made movies for 40 years, who has influenced Quentin Tarantino, Peter Jackson, James Gunn, Eli Roth, and so many others around the world. The people in the street, actually. The people in the street who saw me being kicked out, even though I had a ticket, just because I had a different color tuxedo, a dark red tuxedo. The people in the street were saying, no, he's the Troma guy, he's Troma. I don't think they knew my name, but they knew I was Troma. The people in the street didn't want me to get kicked out. What a shame. It's shameful. So those are sort of what we're here to do. I am sort of against the mainstream, but the young people here, they feel they can work with the mainstream, and they are here more to support independent spirit and try to educate the Cannes and the public about the industry consolidation and the problems of industry consolidation, and also to give tips to independent filmmakers here at Cannes about how Troma has managed to exist within the mainstream situation by getting around the Rupert Murdochs, the different ways we've discovered to try to get our art to the people. I mean, I wear a bow tie, but I think perhaps I'm too punk, I'm too bitter, because I see it. I see that when I started, I had a better opportunity when I slept on the beach at Cannes. I had one movie. We had enough money to rent the arcade cinema. Nobody knew who the hell I was, yet we sold that movie in many, many countries. We made money. Now we are famous, and you can't sleep on the beach. The police won't let you. You can't even go into a hotel without some kind of stupid badge. You can't even go into the Salle Lumiere. You can't even see Ethan Cohen's movie, even though Ethan Cohen is a Troma fan, even though you have a ticket if you have a slightly different tuxedo. So I believe that the mainstream must either be radically changed or maybe even kind of destroyed. But the young people here in the Occupy Cannes movement, they are more reasonable than I am. They are not quite as punk as I may be, even though I wear a bow tie. Apparently, I am told I'm a little bit too punk. They believe that they can work with the mainstream, but we must encourage the new arts the new talents, the young people. We need to encourage them, give them ideas, give them tips, and at the same time try to show the mainstream that there is this wealth of talent out there, and the mainstream should be showcasing it, not keeping it out. They should be embracing it. We've had 2 screenings at the Arcade Cinema. I get emails from Cannes Services. We will fill up all the seats in your screening. Pay us and we will fill the seats. Troma doesn't have to do that. We had our seats were full of buyers and journalists, and our fans couldn't get in. So we are having this wonderful screening out in the open, the beautiful open rainy skies of Cannes. This is for our fans. We did what we could. We don't really have any money to hire more theaters because they're at least €1,000 for an hour and a half or something ridiculous, and we can't afford it. So we are doing this, so at least there is another screening where fans and people in the street can come and see the movie. Any way you can bring art to the people, anything that will stimulate the population. I don't think we need the Cannes Film Festival to tell us that Gatsby is around. I think that there's been a fair amount of publicity about Gatsby, at least in the United States. It's been on television, newspapers, radio, internet 24/7. I would venture that $50 to $100 million has been spent to publicize Gatsby. I don't think that the Cannes Film Festival has to join the publicity events for Gatsby. But unfortunately, that is the case. Gatsby's probably a wonderful movie, but I think the public knows about it. If an old guy like me knows about Gatsby, everybody knows about Gatsby. What they don't know about are all the wonderful young people, thousands of them here at Cannes, hoping to just get a little bit of encouragement. And this van is a great thing. We've seen it here during the whole festival, bringing art to the people, in some cases probably bringing better than Gatsby art to the people. And tonight the van is bringing Return to Newcomb High right to the people. And hopefully, maybe they won't get to see it all because of the weather, but maybe they will see it all. But maybe they will then go off and tell their friends, hey, there's this little company, Troma's out there, and go on YouTube, because Troma has 250 free movies on the YouTube channel. They can see 250 of our best movies for free on the YouTube Troma channel, and it's worldwide. You can be in any country, including Poultry Guy's Night of the Chicken Dead, which is the film I directed right before Return to Newcomb High. Greetings, not from Tromaville, but from the 2013 Cannes Film Festival. I'm Lloyd Kaufman, president of Troma Entertainment and creator of The Toxic Avenger. And we're here at the encore screening of Return to Newcomb High, brought to you by the Cannes in a Van, which it brings art to the people. It brings talented young filmmakers' art directly to the people of Cannes, because in many cases the wonderful art that is being created by the advancements of technology, by the fact that filmmaking has been democratized, almost everyone can make a movie without really spending any money. Not enough of those talented people are being exposed to the public, and Cannes in a Van is doing that job. In this case, Cannes in a Van is satisfying Troma fans who did not get to see Return to Newcomb High at the Arcade Cinema because the buyers and journalists took up all the seats. And we love our fans, and Troma would not be here for almost 40 years without our fans. Also very important, Troma would not be here for 40 years without our air conditioners. Thank you.